Yeah, quick tip before I forget. We've just walked down into town, and Ian has just nipped into this place to top up his data. So I forgot to mention it before, but these are the people here. It's NOS, and effectively they're in Madeira and they're on Porto, and effectively what you've got is you get a data card from them, and it's unlimited data per day with for 15 euros a fortnight. So it's just slightly more than €1 a day for unlimited data. You can stream films and everything off it, and I think it's a really good bargain. So that's €30 a month, and you just nip into the shop and give them the card number, and they top it up for you if you want to. So that's basically the best bargain for data I've come across on this trip, actually. So it's pretty damn good. Right, taking a day off working on the boat today, and we're just taking a hike up the hill to the highest point. Take some video, take some photography, I think. It's really quite nice. We've come up this slope. We've come up this slope down here from the marina there, which is steeper than it looks, to be honest with you. Was a bit of a trek for a fat bloke, and now we're going to walk up this ridge. Up that ridge there to the highest point. I think that's the highest point on the island, and we'll see what we can see, really. Oh, right, guys, it's probably not as bad as we thought, but here we are. We've come up as far as we're going to do. One guy is going up to the top. There he is up there. Dennis the Menace. Yeah, full of your boots, mate. He's gone up there. Hi, right, so it's Monday morning. It's a Monday morning. Last night we jumped on the ferry from Santo Porto and came to Funchal in Marina. Me and a guy from another boat called Naomi, Ian. We booked on booking.com 2 single rooms, but when we arrived at the hotel they said it was 2 rooms in an apartment, so they've moved us to this apartment. It cost I think it was €52 for 3 nights, which is not bad at all, and I'm going to show you the apartment now. So anyway, we're here for we need to visit the chandlery, have a quick look at Funchal, and just get away from Santo Porto. I need some stuff for the boat. I'm not convinced though that I'll get much here because I think it's a bit limited. The town's nice though, well, what we saw of it last night, but anyway, this is my room. Pretty basic, but actually really the bed's great. You know, the floor's nice, I like the floor. That's a little cupboard with stuff in it, there's a little drying thing, a halfway decent sofa, which is okay. The telly, and there's a good picture on the telly. There is tons of DVDs and music and stuff in there. These are all, there's hundreds of bloody DVDs in that. So there's stuff there, and then there is a kitchen area here with a microwave and a full cooker. There's a fridge. Someone's kindly left us a tomato for some reason. Microwave, cupboards. There's a bit of olive oil, a toaster. There's enough pots and pans to look after you for a week, cups and what have you. The only thing I could say is they haven't put a welcome pack in it, so there's not a coffee and tea or something like that, you know, just to get you going when you arrive. That's the only thing. Well, that's the only thing you can say about it, really. But at I think it was 102. I think it was 102 euros for both of us for 3 nights. So per person about 51 euros. You can't complain at that. Right, so we've had a bit of lunch and we've taken a bit of stroll. Been quite successful getting the stuff for the boat. I've got quite a few bits and bobs to do some of the repairs and improvements on the boat. Still quite misty and humid and raining, but it's very warm. It's about 18 degrees at the moment. The whole island's like this, isn't it? It's like almost like one big town.
Look at that soil. Good soil.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
What's the potatoes?
Potatoes. Oh dear, this is fucking grim. Right, we've had a bit of a go on the bus. It's just pissed down all day long. So we've given up on the bus tour because you can't get off the bus. Right. And this is what we've got in Madeira today.
Yeah.
What we've actually got is an unseasonably low Azores high pressure system sitting far too low, allowing northern weather depressions to come down as far as Madeira, which they don't really usually reach. This is also affecting the Ark, we've discovered, who seem to have left about 10 days ago and haven't even got to Cape Verde yet, so they're just sat there in the doldrums really, not going anywhere. So it's not just us suffering at the minute, but never mind. We've got a plan B, and plan B is drink beer.
That's good.
in English pint glasses as well. Hey?
Obrigado. Oh, tennis.
Obrigado.
Getting wet.
Absolutely bloody typical. Look at this. The moment we leave Madeira, the sun comes out. Hi, right, so what we're doing at the moment is, well, I'm still out on the hard at Porto Santo, and what we've had to do is, if I show you, is this is Ian. Hello, Ian.
Hello.
Right.
How are you?
And then what we've done is we've dismantled the cockpit lids, because basically they were damaged. They got damaged, and they came apart at the back here on these hinges here. There was a poxy little bit of wood holding it all into the rest of the thing, and we've taken them apart and we're in the process of rebuilding them now. This is a new backing plate, and then that's another backing plate. That's one of the old ones we've reused there. So we're just in the process. We're just in the process at the moment of putting some of the planks back on, basically. So hopefully today or tomorrow at the latest, we've got the cockpit lids back together in such a manner that we can actually make them waterproof, or more waterproof than they were, which was not at all. They weren't not even trying to be waterproof before. What we've also got to do is this is the cockpit sole I've chucked over the back here, and this basically got smashed to pieces with the water coming into the cockpit when I was stopped off to the north of this island here. So this just got smashed up, but the main pieces of mahogany here, or teak or whatever it is, are okay. It's just like these battens across the way that are not much that are broken. So we're going to do that, and for that purpose I have managed to find a hardware store where I've been able to buy some. These are mahogany inch square battens, 2 meters long, 3 meters long possibly, which I use for that purpose. We're also going to fix realign the hydrovane, which got twisted out of square. It needs to be like that, and then that little handle thing up there needs to be pointing straight forward. After that, I think we're in the position then where I can't think of any reason why I can't go back in the water then and start thinking about moving down to the Canaries in time for Christmas. Okay, so after a lot of work and spending quite a lot of time getting ready yesterday and this morning, we're off. Ian's probably fallen asleep on his boat. He was going to come and help me, but I can't see any sign of him. But anyway, we're heading back to the water where we belong. Okay, after a little bit of excitement, we've had a bit of a drive around the harbour because we've done work on the prop shaft and the propeller, and we've added an anode to the prop shaft, which we had to cut down to make small enough to fit. There's a bit of a noise coming from that. I think that's what it is. It's the is the actual anode on the prop shaft, so that as we put it into forward, then the prop tries to push towards the gearbox, push into the boat slightly, and I think then that's just catching on the back of the prop shaft housing there. But we had a little experiment with it, and if you slowly increase the revs so that and then let it settle, as the boat increases the speed, then that effect is less, and the noise eases off. So I'm pretty damn sure that that's what it is. I've achieved a lot in the last 2 days, and we're back in the water with half a chance, depending on the weather, of shooting off either tomorrow midday or Wednesday midday, but it's looking good for tomorrow at the moment.